Welcome to the Happy Black Woman Podcast, where we're on a mission to empower women to transform their lives through personal development and entrepreneurship. We bring you all the information, inspiration, and motivation you need to create a life of happiness, success, and freedom. Now, please welcome your host, the happy Black woman herself, Rosetta Thurman.
Hello and welcome back to the Happy Black Woman Podcast. This is Rosetta, and we are back with another feature interview with an inspiring Black woman entrepreneur for this month's series. Today, I am bringing you the lovely Adriene Webster. She is the founder of Adriene Fitness, and she really can share with you her transformational journey of how she started living a more healthy and fit lifestyle and transforming her body and her life at the same time. So you can read more about Adriene on our website, on the show notes. You can read her bio and check out her website there. But in the meantime, I'm just going to dive in and welcome Adriene.
Hello, Rosetta. How are you today?
I am doing fantastic. Thanks for being here.
I am so excited to be here.
Well, I love it. You know, I have had the opportunity to get to know you over the past, 6, 7 months. I don't know how long it's been now since you came into our Happy Black Woman community. Adriene is a part of our Happy Black Woman Inner Circle, and a lot of the ladies I've been featuring here, it's because I got to know them. A lot of you are in our community. I don't know who you are because you're not a part of our events or our programs, but when you do become a part of that, I get to know you and I get to learn how amazing you are. And often what I want to do is share you with the world. So that's what we're doing here with Adriene and so many of our other members. So Adriene, can you just tell everybody who doesn't know how amazing you are, tell everyone what your mission is and the work that you do?
Wow. Rosanna, when it comes to my mission, I really aspire to help the mature woman who's had many challenges in life, and that could be a result of maybe her health or has taken a backseat, or maybe her diet or her exercise isn't on point, or maybe she might have gained weight or just had bad eating habits and she just doesn't feel as healthy as she knows she could. Mm-hmm. I want to help her get back in the driver's seat, put her health first, be it physical or mental, because life happens. But when we take care of ourselves first, you can take care of everybody else much better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. I definitely agree. So tell us a little bit about how you do that. So what do you do to help clients get that transformation? So are you doing coaching? Are you doing any training? Like, what's involved with that?
Yes. Currently what I do is I provide coaching to women. They get a nutritional-based program from me that will last them for 7 days because they have to check in with me weekly. So it's a nutrition-based program. They get an exercise program, which is weights as well as cardio, how to do that. And they get accountability. So they must send me pictures every single week, front, back, and side. They're going to send me their scale weight. They're going to send me their measurements. They're going to check in with me every single week for about 30 minutes that we're going to talk about it. That way we see if we need to adjust their program, what's going on. And sometimes we do little touch bases throughout the weekday too. So they may get an email from me or they can send me a text message throughout the week. I'm always there that they can contact me if they have questions.
I love it. So clearly your program is very intense and very full of accountability. Can you tell us a little bit about why you decided to start this business and kind of do this work as a business? We can see clearly from your website that you've gone through your own physical transformation and now you're helping other women do the same thing. But what made you decide to say, hey, I want to do this for other people and actually make it into a business?
In the past, I was in the actual fitness industry myself. I was a personal trainer, a group instructor in multiple disciplines. But like many women, life gets in the way. My mom died of breast cancer. I took care of her. Then I had my own issues in that area. And just like so many other women, you allow your health to get pushed to the background. And as a result, it happened to me and I gained weight. I fought depression that comes along with being out of shape, and I tried multiple diet programs over and over again and was stuck, and I gained and regained, lost and relost, and tried so many different programs that once I start to really invest in myself, I realized, you know what? I got to share this. I wanted to share it again with women because I feel like I found the key. And I work with so many different top fitness people in the industry. And I know no one would take the same path I did, would work with so many people, but I wanted to share the journey that I had of gaining so much knowledge and experience of coming to this point where I am now, that I wanted to share it. I wanted to share it with women so they can see, it is possible. It's not just an acceptance of an age or a challenge in life or a condition that you may be going through, that you have to accept where you are. Someone's there to help, and many times we just have to reach out and ask for the help.
Definitely. So, I know that, you touched on the fact that your business was born out of your own journey. Can you share a little bit more about the transformation that you went through? I mean, where were you before you went on your journey, and where are you now?
Oh, yeah. Before I went on my journey, I was about 30 pounds heavier. And I wasn't extremely out of shape, but I knew I could be a whole lot better than I was. I knew I looked better at one time. And I invested in myself, worked with a fitness coach, individual, your mom actually. She actually takes women to the stage. But I knew I didn't want to step on stage. I knew I didn't want to do a figure or bikini competition, but I loved that physique. And I was like, I can get that physique. I just have to work with the right person. Well, when I found her, I worked with her. And I stuck with the program for 16 weeks. And I got the physique that I wanted. But it wasn't just an external change. It was an internal change as well, as to what I knew I could do for myself. And then once I did it, I'm like, women have to know, they have to know the secret. They have to know they can do it. So I really wanted to share that.
Mm-hmm. I love that you chose to make that your mission, and you chose to build your business off of the transformation that you've had. And for all the ladies listening who are wondering how maybe they are wanting to lose 30 pounds and have some transformation in their body, where could they start? What are some specific action steps that you could recommend that they can do today that don't require them to, go and hire a personal trainer? What are some things that you could suggest that would be helpful for our listeners today that are wanting to have some type of body transformation?
The number one thing that a woman has to start with is setting a goal. You need to know what you want before you start to move. I always say begin with the end in mind, know where you want to go, and be very specific. Be very personal as to why you want to get there. You have to see a clear picture. Someone calls it the summit. Some people call it the final destination. Call it whatever you want, but you really need to start with setting a goal. Where do I want to go? Where am I right now? What path do I need to take to get there? But be realistic. But the very first thing you need to do today, set a goal. Sit down, see where you are right now, set that goal and set out specific steps of what you need to do to get there. That's the very first thing before you even go talk to a trainer, look at a specific program, open up your mouth and eat some type of food. Set a goal as to what you want. That's the number one thing that you have to do.
The end in mind. What do you want? Where do you want to be at the end of your journey? So that's a great tip. What else can people do to get started on their journey?
There is also a goal setting workbook that I have that individual can take advantage of. So if you need to write a few things down, it has different tips in there specifically of how to set your goals. It gives you different measurements of how you can track. It even gives you mindset exercises that you can do every single day, as well as overall every month of how you set your goals. So I like writing things down. I'm very visual. It's really helpful that I can see things high level. So there's a goal setting workbook that I created that I share with individuals that they can start with.
Okay. Well, how can people get the workbook? Where can they find it?
Well, actually, they can actually go to www.Adriene Webster. I'll spell that ADRIENE WEBSTER Fitness, all one word, AdrieneWebsterFitness.com/free gift. And it will take them to a website where they can download it for free. And then it's 16 pages, quick to the point, but it's chock full of so many little wise nuggets that you can use to say, this is a goal. This is my personal goal that's going to move me forward. That when the challenges hit, I have my personal goal. It's going to keep me knocking through those roadblocks. That's going to come. Anytime you go through a transformation, just expect diversity or challenges. But when you set a personal goal, it helps you to get through it.
That goal setting workbook, I know it's going to be very useful for lots of ladies who are listening and they need that visual, as you said. You know, once people know what they want, they've really dug in and done the goal setting that you suggest. What are some practical things that they can do to actually start shedding the weight that they want to get off? Or I don't know the terms, the body fat. You guys do the body fat.
Yeah.
Right. So what can people start doing to see that change? Because I know from listening to a lot of conversations that we have in our events, it's like, you know, I'm doing everything I think I should be doing, but the scale's not changed or anything like that. So what can they do to see those results?
It was helpful for me to get a coach because most of us know how to eat. It's not just simply calories in and calories out. Many times for women, there is an emotional aspect involved with weight loss. And sometimes you really need that accountability of another person to track you week by week. So, I mean, it's important that you take a look at your day to make sure that you can carve out some time in that day for you. Really is invested in yourself. Can I invest in that time of doing cardio, weight, prepping my meals, taking my food with me, doing my food shopping for that week? Really setting aside time that you're investing in taking care of your health is the number one thing that you have to at least start with doing. So you really have to invest in yourself first.
Yeah, so getting a coach. For many people listening, they've tried, as you said, to do it before on their own. They kind of know what to eat by now. And now the thing that's going to really make a difference is getting the support.
Yes. Having that coach, having that accountability, that partner that's saying, yeah, I'll show you exactly what to eat. I'll show you how to exercise. I'll show you how to lift those weights. And most important, you're going to be accountable to me every single week. Mm-hmm. You know, it does change your perspective when you know that you have somebody checking in on you every single week as to what you did those previous 7 days.
Oh, yeah. You become very clear about what you're putting in and what you're putting out. So great. Those are great tips. Anything else you can share for the ladies who are on the road to a body transformation?
Best thing I could share is, like you were saying, reach out and get a coach. Reach out and give me a call. I'm available that I give individuals a 30-minute consultation. That way we can talk about their goals as to what they want to see if this is something that would suit their needs, that it would fit in with their schedule. Because many women don't think they have time, but you really can make the time, you know, to make yourself healthier. But they can reach out to me as well on my website, adrienewebsterfitness.com, for that 30-minute consultation.
Yeah, you know, what do you say to the woman who thinks that, I mean, we run into this conversation all the time at our events and when ladies are thinking about doing our courses, there's a conversation that often goes in your head that says, you know, I'm smart, I'm capable, I can do this on my own. What do you say to the woman that's like, you know, I already know that I want to lose 30 pounds. I already know what goals I have. I can do this on my own. You know, but she may have tried before and failed. So what do you say to that person that's like, you know that they need support. I know they need support. But really when you're on that decision about investing in yourself to move forward, it's kind of like, I could spend that money on something else. I can buy a new dress. I could, you know, what do you say to that woman that's like, I can do this myself?
I say to that woman, if you tried it time and time again, you've tried it your way before. Try another way. Try another way. Because I was that woman. I said it. I said it so many times, Rosetta, and I wasted money so many times of so many different programs. So I'm like, I do understand when women say that because I said it. But I really wasn't investing in myself. I was going to the meetings and sitting there for 30 or 45 minutes, or I was buying a prepackaged food or waiting for my food to be delivered to my house. You know, you name the program, I've tried it. But when you really get that one-on-one coach, that accountability of someone who's working with you through those problems week in and week out, that is what really pushed me over the hump. And that's what really pushed many women over that hump, that I can do this. Because the average person, they do know how to eat right and exercise. They do. They do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. You tried on your own. Try another way. That can be applied to so many different areas of our lives too. Great. So now I'm going to get nosy. And I want to ask you, what are some things that you do in your typical day that keep you staying fit? I know that you are totally committed to your own fitness. Even after you had your transformation, you lost all the weight and you got totally sculpted and cut and beautiful. What are the things that you do in your typical day that keep you on track with your lifestyle?
My day starts pretty early, around about 4:45 in the morning. I make sure that 5 days a week, I get up and I do my cardio. First thing in the morning is my time. So I get up and I get my cardio done. I work full time, so either I do it here at the house or I have a gym where I work at. I'll do it at the job. And they have showers and also I'll take my shower before I go to work. But also at work, I make sure I carve out that time for myself. On my lunch break, I go back and I do my weight training. I recognize I still have to do the same thing that I did, that I lost the 30 pounds. I have to continue that lifestyle because it was a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle change. It's not a short-term fix. It has to be a long-term life goal. And that's exactly what it was for me. It was a total life shift for me.
Yeah.
So every single day, at least 5 to 6 days a week, I'm doing some type of cardio or some type of weight training at home or at my job because there's a gym there. On Sundays, I take a rest.
Sunday is rest day for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So when you say cardio, for people like me, that I'm not a big exerciser, like I walk. That's my exercise. I love to walk. But when you say cardio, what's the typical cardio that you would do, those 5 days a week?
Those 5 days a week, I would do a steady state. So it would be, it could be cardio on a treadmill that day. It could be steady state for 45 minutes, or it could be a HIIT program. Or I could walk hills. So I'm not just going to do a casual walk. I'm always going to make sure I'm either getting my heart rate up there, I'm doing a HIIT program, or it could be depending on what phase I'm in. If I'm in a phase where I'm actually cutting up and trying to look a little bit tighter or slimmer, I might go a little bit longer on a treadmill or a bike or a stepper because I use various machines as well. But I make sure I wear a heart rate monitor too so I can get a nice accurate readout of how many calories and what my target heart rate zone is. So I really want to see accurately what I'm doing for that time frame. It's not just, I'm going to do a class, which is fun. Every once in a while I do a class. But when I'm really focused on trying to make sure I'm doing a specific goal I'm trying to get to, I'm more focused on what I'm doing. So it could be treadmill, bike, stepper, a gauntlet, which is just like a moving escalator, kind of like walking up steps. Something like that in the mornings.
Very cool. And then is there anything that you do throughout the day in terms of your nutrition, your eating habits, your...
Absolutely.
How do you stay on track there?
That's prep. So I make sure that I do my food shopping on Saturdays, and Sunday is my prep day. So the night before, I pack exactly what I'm going to be eating for that next day. It's never a guess for me. It's never I get up and wonder, okay, what I'm going to eat tomorrow. I pack my food the night before. So I know if I'm out for at least 5 o'clock, I know I'm going to have at least 4 meals with me and a snack. If I'll be home for my dinner time, I know I'm going to at least have dinner already prepared in the refrigerator waiting for me. It's never a question of what am I going to eat. And I have a really nice lunch bag that I bring with me. So it doesn't matter where I'm going or who I'm with. They always say she probably have a gigantic lunch bag in the back of her trunk.
Oh, man, you got a mini refrigerator you carry around with you, huh?
Something like that.
Well, I love it because this is just a great example of walking your talk. If you're going to be that coach for your clients, they want to see you doing what you're telling them to do, right? So I love that you're sharing your personal strategies too. Do you have anything that you do in regards to sleep or stress relief or, anything that you do spiritually that kind of keeps that mental focus going as well?
Yes, I make sure. I also do volunteer service. I volunteer 70 hours a month to spiritual activities. So that's, it takes up a a large amount of my time throughout the week, which means about 18 hours on average. I try to make sure that's in there because that way I'm focusing on helping other people. And in turn, I always get the benefit.
Yeah.
So it's like the more you help other people, the more you get in return. So I make sure that I do that 18 hours a week. Make sure I get my personal Bible reading done in the morning, prayer, meditation, things of that nature. Just try to make sure you stay balanced. Because it's really important when you're constantly giving and constantly on the go. Those things can kind of slip, but those things is what really keeps you rejuvenated and what keeps you going. So you want to make sure you stay on top of that.
Yeah, for sure. Especially when you're doing the kind of work that you're doing and also maintaining the kind of body that you're maintaining. It's definitely very important. So I am also curious about, what are some of the things that you do since you do this as a business? What are some things that you do to stay productive and make sure that you're reaching all your goals there? Because you said you wear your volunteer hat, you're a wife, you're running this business. How do you stay productive throughout the week? You get a lot done. For those of you who don't know Adriene, she gets a lot done. She just started mentoring with me, and she signed up for the program in October, and by February, when you guys are listening to this, she has zoomed through her checklist that we give people when they sign up, and it's just, she's got her website. She didn't have anything. Now when you look at her now, you would never have known she didn't have anything in terms of online presence. Of course, she's got her knowledge and her coaching skills, but everyone knows that you got to have an online presence, and she just zoomed through everything. So she gets things done. She gets it done quickly so that she can reach even more women with her skills. So how do you do that?
I have a desktop calendar. I'm a paper girl. I do have things electronically, but I need to see things high level. In my office at home, I have a desktop calendar. So when I know there are important events that I need to do for that day, even scheduling my cardio and weight training, I write it on my desktop calendar. So that way I can see high level. These are the major things I need to accomplish throughout the day. I know I have to go to work. I work full time. I know I have to get my cardio and weights in. I know I have to get my volunteer service in. I have certain meetings throughout the week that I have to meet. And I know I have to work on my business. I have to make sure those things are on a calendar, and I need to see them high level to remind myself, this is what you need to get done for the day. It's extremely helpful. So I have that paper desktop calendar that I'm looking at right now, and I know what's going on for the next few weeks in my life, even for the next couple of months. I schedule it out on calendars.
Yes. I love that you said that. I know what's going on in my life for the next couple months, because that helps you plan everything else out. We talk about this on the show because what we get a lot is, women who want to pursue some goal, or they want to walk in their purpose in some way. And the biggest excuse they come up with is, I don't have time. I can't fit it in. I'm a wife. I have kids. I have this. I have that. And I'm like, you know what? We have women who are within our community that are doing it, and not to shame anybody, but if they can do it, then you can do it too. And so that's why I love to ask people, how do you do it? Because I think sometimes you just need to hear it. How does this woman do it? And, maybe I need to reorganize some things in my life, or just get better organized so I can do that.
That is the key. That is such the key. Really sticking to that calendar and sticking to your schedule. If you should be doing something at the allotted time, don't be chit-chatting with your girlfriends on the phone, or surfing the web, or watching TV. Turn the television off and get done what you need to get done, period. Or else it's going to be 11 o'clock and you're like, I didn't get anything done. Why? Because you weren't focused.
Yeah.
If you have something you have to get done at that specific time, get that done, period. And then you can have your downtime. Friday is date night for me, with me and my husband. So Friday nights is ours. I don't take phone calls or try to do much with anyone else, but I try to make sure throughout the weekday, when I got to get it done, I get my stuff done.
Yes. So even with that schedule, you can still have time for romance, for your husband, your partner, your kids, whoever is in your life that needs attention. They can get it from you in a scheduled time of the week.
Exactly. It's still quality time.
It is. It doesn't diminish the time, right? I've got date night on Fridays too, and I always like to do the same thing. I like to do movie and pizza. I just want to be in my pajamas on Friday for whatever reason, and I don't even want to dress up.
Yeah,
But,
sometimes we do Roku. Exactly.
yes, yes. So quality time is quality time, no matter how you do it. So some of you, you're taking notes and you're looking at your own calendar, and that's just a golden nugget of a tip that Adriene just passed on to you, especially all of us who are in relationships or married. You got the time. So moving into kind of our inspiration round here, I want to know, are there any books that you love? Is there maybe one favorite book that you have that has inspired you and kept you going on your journey?
Yes, my favorite book is the Bible. It has one author who's infallible. It gives me direction. It gives me purpose. It always benefits me, and it always makes me want to help others when I read it. I was raised reading the Bible as a teenager, as an adult, and even as a married woman. It just fits every aspect of my life, and it directs me and corrects me when needed. It's just, I read a lot of other books, positive quotes and inspirational books, but that one book that one author is infallible, never makes mistakes, it never makes a mistake when it comes to what I need to do with my life.
There are so many spiritual and religious women in our community that recommend that particular book that I'm going to go a little deeper and ask you which version. Is there a particular version or, type of Bible that you read? Some people have shared that they read a certain, that has a workbook to it or like an annotated version. What's your version that you like?
I have a New World Translation that I read. It's very simple English, easy to understand. I can read it either on the go. I have a hard copy and also have it electronically. So that way I can, read it where on my iPad, my iPhone, on my computer at work. But I like the New World Translation. Is extremely helpful.
Great. Awesome. So it's amazing. Like so many people recommend that book, but we have so many different versions that people like and that work for them. So thank you for sharing that. And in terms of personal mantra or quote or, scripture, a saying, is there something that you live by that you can share with us that is like a constant in your life?
Yes. And I heard this last year when I joined your group, walk your talk. That just stuck with me. I mean, it really does mean practice what you preach, but it really stuck with me of walk your talk because so many times we don't do that. We preach one thing, but inside we're doing something totally different. And then you feel negative and hypocritical.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do because you know what you should do, you know what you should preach, but sometimes you can't always practice it. But it's so important to walk your talk. And that's just with health, that's with exercise, that's with your spirituality, your emotional, practice what you preach. It's not the easiest thing to do, but you don't feel so like I'm hiding something when you're not doing that.
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about that a lot in our Happy Black Woman tribe because so many women, what they want to do is help other people in some way. And the best way to help other people that I've learned, I always share my story of learning that from one of my mentors when I did coach training. I did a coach training with Valerie Burton, who we're going to have on the podcast as a guest. And she did a great training for a weekend, and I loved what she taught. But the one thing that stuck out the most for me, and it's like, you pay $1,000 to go to a workshop, and I got one nugget that has stayed with me for years. So it was totally worth it. That she said, someone asked, how can you find coaching clients? And she said the best way to attract coaching clients to you is to walk your talk, is to be what you're helping them do. If you're trying to help somebody lose weight and get fit and you're not fit, it's just not going to be, you're not going to get that many clients. You might get a few, but everyone else is going to look at you and wonder, if you can't stay on the wagon, how can you help me? If you're, trying to help people with their with their relationships and all your relationships are broken, you need to do some work on yourself before you can go out there and help other people. Not to say that we're perfect. none of us are ever going to be perfect. That's why we're human. But we strive to do that. So I love that you've made that your mantra, actually, to have that guide your life.
And I think people really appreciate your struggle because they see your honesty. Like you said, we're not perfect. But if I see that you're in that struggle and you're trying to do it, and I see you're on the other side and you're like, this is what I went through to get here, people can appreciate that. They were like, she's genuine.
Right.
She didn't do it perfect. Oh, she's not reading from a textbook. This girl done went through some mess. And guess what? She out on the other side. How'd you do it? So it shows that you're genuine. That when people see that you had a struggle and walking your talk and you still trying to stick with it, it really shows that the person has a genuineness to them.
Right. Definitely. I love it. So I know we're getting close to our time, but I want to make sure I ask you before we go, what's the number one piece of advice you would give to someone who is thinking about starting a business doing what she loves? I mean, you went gangbusters. I mean, you had the experience, you had the skills, and you decided just to go for it and build a business around it. And very quickly, I mean, people have been going at this for years and not gotten to where you are right now. So for someone who is still in decision mode of whether she should even do this, what would you share with her?
Do it. Do it. If you are personally and passionately involved in something and you know in your gut you always talk about it and somebody asks you a question and you can talk from A to Z about it, do it. Open up the business. Start your business. I mean, like you always said, jump off the cliff, and someone said, build your wings on the way down. It's not going to be perfect when you start out, but you best believe what people want to know. So do it. Find that personal reason, find that passion, find that drive, and follow it. Just do it.
Yes, I love that. So many ladies have shared that. I love that you guys are backing up what I say all the time. So now I can say, you heard it from Adriene, not just me. Just do it because, time waits for no one.
Right.
Time goes by so fast, and not to be morbid, but we're all going to die. And I know that we all want to leave some type of positive legacy to the world, to our families, to inspire the girls that are coming after us that are looking up and saying, can I be what I want to be? So this is really not even about you. It's not about me. It's about what legacy are we leaving to the world. And Adriene, you are leaving a powerful one, girlfriend. You are
awesome.
Just so inspiring. So excited to have you on the show because I know that there are many more interviews that are waiting for you because of the awesome work that you're doing now.
Yeah.
So, Adriene, tell us where people can stay in touch with you. I know this is just the tip of the iceberg of your expertise, of the wisdom that you have to share. Where can the ladies go to learn more?
I have a free gift for everyone that's listening now. You can go to www.adrienewebsterfitness.com/free gift. If you go to that, adrienewebsterfitness.com/free gift. Adriene is spelled with one N, Adriene, Webster Fitness. You'll see my website that is going to direct you to a free gift that you're going to get. But with the information, you're going to see my website information. You're going to see my email information. And it even offers a free 30-minute consultation that you can get in contact with me, and we can talk.
Wonderful. I love it. So adrienewebsterfitness.com, right?
Yes.
Awesome. So we will put that link in our show notes so you guys can get the link on our website as well. Thank you for your time, Adriene. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, it has. I've enjoyed. Thank you so much, Rosetta.
Awesome. Well, for all of you who are wondering who are all these ladies we've been featuring, go back and listen to all of our previous episodes that we have been posting for this month. There is a gold mine of wisdom and information that's waiting for you, all for free. We're not charging you anything for these podcast episodes, and our experts have been sharing so freely from their heart, and you would be crazy not to take advantage of that. So please go back, listen to the previous episodes, take notes, go listen, look at the resources that they've shared. Adriene's, resources and tips and her book recommendation and her free gift are all on our show notes page at happyblackwomanpodcast.com. backseat.com. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I hope to see you in the next episode. In the meantime, have a wonderful, beautiful day. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you for joining us on the Happy Black Woman podcast. If you want all the show's notes from today's episode, go to happyblackwomanpodcast.com. Plus, we'll send you a copy of Rosetta's free life mapping workbook. We look forward to empowering you next time. And until then, do something this week that makes you happy.